This is the big one. Two teams that we know don't like each other, but two teams in form. The Manly Seagulls all of a sudden eyeing off an unlikely top 4 finish. Remember, last year they had 7 wins all season. But boy, hasn't 2019 been a totally different story. And among their 10 wins this year, some pretty handy scalps, including the likes of South Sydney and the Canberra Raiders. But this is different gravy. The Melbourne Storm at AAMI Park. They've only lost once here this year, and it took the Roosters' golden point to do it. 6 wins, 1 loss. And what a year it has been. 15-2. It is turning into one of the great seasons to date. 9 in a row, but a good test for them tonight. Kevin Walters, Brett Finch, hello to you.
Yeah, good evening. What a great test it is for both teams, actually. We're through the origin period now. Both teams set sail for home. Well, all clubs do. Cameron Munster on screen as his 2019 stats had quite a year. 14 try assists in 15 games, 6 tries on top of that. He's having a master season, isn't he, Finchy?
He certainly is, mate. He'll be a key again tonight. Cameron Munster on Old Boys Day. It's an important day in the club's year.
Have you enjoyed Old Boys weekend,
Finchy?
It's
been great, mate.
I'm sure you have, mate. Yeah, look, some greats out on the field earlier. Will Chambers, this is his 207th NRL game, but some really strong Old Boys amongst the group here today, so they'll be up for it at the Storm.
You're celebrating. The theme was 1999, the first premiership, probably the most unlikely. Didn't stop you, Finchy, getting on down here nice and early.
Yeah, I took advantage of that,
Well,
boys.
it was 2009 as well, celebrating.
2009, yes.
Yep. So
They do it well, don't they, Melbourne?
They do it really well, on the field and off the field. Turbo Tom looking to continue his stellar form in 2019. Hasn't been beaten this season, has he? Hasn't lost a game.
Well, here we go. The match that we have been waiting for.
Stay back, fellas.
A rivalry built on
Wait for it.
brilliance and brutality. It's Melbourne and Manly. Let's get it on. And it's Manly to receive. And Marty Tapau. He almost single-handedly beat the Melbourne Storm the last time these two clashed. That was a dramatic finish at Brookvale towards the end of last season. A penalty goal on that occasion, getting the Melbourne Storm over the line. Adam Fanua-Blake putting together a terrific season as well. There's this man, Curtis Sirinen, he's having the year of his career. And now Jake Trbojevic, just stars all over the park on both sides of the field here at AAMI Park. And Cherry-Evans, who was quite noticeable, laying down the law before these teams came out. And he kicks it straight to Jerome Hughes, and Melbourne, good defensive set in the start. They're in reasonable field position with their first use of the ball.
Yeah, they're in great field position. The Fox will carry the ball up over halfway on tackle 2.
And an early penalty here for the Storm as well. So Manly putting themselves under early pressure.
They're lifting in the tackle here it was. I think it was just there. Got a little bit dangerous. Early test for the Manly defence. They've been pretty good this year defensively, Manly.
At Melbourne, the #1 defensive team and the #1 attacking team in the NRL this year. Jesse Bromwich gets it inside the 20. Here's Smith. Pass for Solomona. Over the 10 as it takes 3 to stop him. Now it comes to Munster. Little double pump. It's straight into Sirinen. And that will be a slow play the ball. Nice tackle from the Manly second rower. Smith on his own this time. Jerome Hughes waits. Bromwich first receiver. Brodie Croft. Well handled, Jake Trbojevic and Tapau. So the final tackle. It comes to Munster. A neat kick, but Tommy puts himself in a perfect spot, and Manly, has to be said, handled that set defensively rather comfortably.
Yeah, they certainly did. It was, as usual, the Storm trying to play through teams early in the game, and Manly stood up well through the middle and just on the edges as well.
Heavy work there on Garrick. Melbourne really loading up. making an early statement, and now Sirinen is stopped cold.
Meters hard to come by, aren't they, for the Manly Seagulls at the moment? Oh!
Good hands from Jake.
But he barely gets outside the 20 here as we get to the final tackle of this set. So Cherry-Evans this time gets pretty decent purchase on it, but again, it's good field position for the Storm as Shandor Earl is bringing it back. And this time last year, another blow-up between these two sides when all hell broke loose between Dylan Walker, who's here tonight, Curtis Scott, who is not here. As we say hello to you, Andy Raymond, you've got some news on the young centre.
Yeah, disappointed we miss out on the rematch tonight, but Curtis Scott, we can reveal exclusively on Fox League. The positive is he is set to return next weekend in Q Cup and probably the following for the Storm.
Here's a forward pass.
Okay, just waiting there for
So
Justin.
the crowd getting excited for a moment. Thank you, Andy. Melbourne there were bubbling off the back of a solid run from Asava Solomona, but just not crisp with the final couple of plays there.
Yeah, nice ball playing from Cameron Munster here. Curtis Sirinen caught in the centre position.
Was it the pass from Munster to Olam, or was it the other one?
It's been, Kevy, it's been a day of very interesting calls on forward passes, and that one may have been contentious as well.
Well, I thought it was forward. I thought it was fair call from the referees there.
So Manly survive a couple of early raids. The problem is getting it out of this zone, and that run from Fanua Blake is going to help, and so is the offload as Fainu down the middle.
Some big raps on this young kid as well.
Apparently received a call from Freddie Fittler in recent times to find out his availability for New South Wales. And apparently the young man does want to play State of Origin at some point, even though he has worn the red jersey of Tonga. So Manly advancing it inside Melbourne's territory for the first time. Here's Cherry-Evans on the run. His pass put down by Sirinen. So Melbourne will get themselves a scrum feed here. A better set with the ball from Manly, but they can't get through to the end.
A little bit more cohesion from the Manly side, stringing some passes together, just a bit flat and hard there for Sirinen to get his timing on.
Yeah, they just got their lines mixed up there, didn't they, Kev? They went to the same hole, DCE and Sirinen.
And they form a good combination on that right edge, don't they? Those two, and then you got Big Tommy at the back. It's hard to defend against.
See there, Des Hasler. He's got a great record over Craig Bellamy. There's not too many coaches in our game, whether they've been around for a long time or short and sharp, that have a winning record over Bellamy, but 16-11. And a lot of that good work was done at Canterbury for Des. Finucane's early ball there for Asava Solomona, who's imposing himself early on this game. Now Jesse Bromwich into Jake Trbojevic and Fanua Blake down low. Smith eventually receives. Oh, that's a hospital pass, and Kaufusi can't hang on to it. And Thompson comes away for the Seagulls.
Yeah, Kaufusi just missed the jump there when Cameron Smith got out of the dummy half.
In the wrong hole, wasn't he? Just Smith had opened up a little bit of a space there for one of his teammates to jump into, but they couldn't get in there.
So here's to Powell. Ran 250 metres for Manly last time they played the Storm. There's Fainu. Early ball for Fanua Blake. Manly here with plenty of tackles. Fainu goes short side to Walker. The double pump. Then the pass to Thompson. See what Manly have got in attack here. Short side again is Fainu. He loves running it. Then the flick. Cherry-Evans. But we spotted something. A brilliant take there by Josh Addo-Carr, with Ruben Garrick pouring down on him. And that saves it for the Storm. Intriguing play there from Cherry-Evans. They still had tackles up their sleeve. Almost came off, but great composure there from the Melbourne and New South Wales winger. But now there's a problem. Now Melbourne have knocked on, and Manly will get to press once again.
Let's have a look at this here. Earl it is in the tackle. Just a hand around there. There's the Storm coach's box, looking on intently.
Great to see all the coaches get behind Beanies for Brain Cancer round in the box before the game, in the press conference. What a runaway success that has been. As Manly now looking to take advantage with Tafua carving back to the middle. They piled on the tries last week against the Eels. Fanua Blake a little flat-footed, but still bending the defensive line back. Manly inside the 10. Find who gets it. Cherry-Evans to Power against the grain. Typical offload. Tommy Trbojevic. Sirenen underarms it for Cherry-Evans. Now to Power. He's claimed by Finucane. And hello, penalty in front of the post here. Melbourne called offside.
What do they do here, Kev?
Oh, dear. I reckon have a crack.
They have only taken 4 shots at penalty goal all year. They do not like going for 2.
Keep the pressure on
I
here.
think they're going to take the tap. No.
There we go.
Now they will have their 5th shot at penalty goal.
Yeah, but it is unlike Des Hasler coach teams that they like to just, apply the pressure. It's not about scoring points in that next set. It's about making the opposition tackle you and get your attack rolling in that good ball zone. So interesting decision here. Take the 2, as you say, 5 all season, Dan. Gee, that's incredible.
So already, gentlemen, we're getting a very good battle, aren't we, up front? Asava, Solomona and Bromwich against Tapau and Fanua Blake.
Yeah, well, 2 of the best, 3 or 4 of the best forwards in the game involved in tonight's encounter. You'd expect that.
So Ruben Garrick scored a hat-trick last week, piling on the points in his debut season. And just tucks that inside the right upright. So, as is so often the case in 2019, the first points are a penalty goal and they belong to the Manly Seagulls.
Just keeping my eye, boys, on this man, young man, Manase Fainu. He suffers extreme calf cramping. He pulled up in the warm-up. He got his calves massaged out completely. Pulled up again sore in the sheds pre-game. Still sore. So we're monitoring him at the moment. A little bit limiting. We'll see how young Manase goes as we get into the second 10 minutes of this footy game.
Calf cramping. I didn't have to worry about that, Kev. My little chicken legs.
And Andy, you get the gloves on down there, mate, just in case they need you.
Here's DePau. Manly bring it back. Now Joel Thompson in his 13th season of first grade. So encouraging signs for the visitors. They stood an early charge from Melbourne. But we know the Storm, they just keep coming and they'll keep coming and they'll keep coming. Here's Walker to Parker. And Parker escapes the clutches of Chambers, but the cover is there from Earl and Croft. To Powell, little flat-footed. Another offload, this time for Jake Trbojevic. And the arm is raised for the last. Cherry-Evans goes high, end over end this time. Hughes has to come forward. Gets away from Walker. He's been so steady at the back, hasn't he, Jerome Hughes? He was at 5'8" last week with all those Origin players missing. But he's so dynamic at the back for the Storm.
He's so reliable. Everything that he does, pushing around the ball.
There he is
Again.
down the middle. fact, you'd never compare him to Billy Slater at this stage of his career, but his numbers this year, 7 tries, 10 tries, is very similar to what Slater produced last year. And he's having a fine season. There's Tom Trbojevic pinned in the corner there. Now, Tafua bringing it back, and Manly finding it a little easier than they were at the start of the game to make meters out of the back. Parker, second game back in first grade. Here's Cherry-Evans, a 40-20 expert, but that kicks more for distance. Hughes runs into a wall. Now Justin Olam flying onto the ball like a bulldozer. Fainu just hung on for the ride. Now Melbourne on the front foot. As Jesse Bromwich steams up over halfway. A great story, Justin Olam from the PNG system.
Back here.
Played for the Hunters in the Queensland Cup. Bided his time here, played for the Sunny Coast Falcons at the Storm Feeder Club, and now getting a good shot at first grade. Speaking of getting good shots, Melbourne about to go on the attack here after that penalty.
Just so important, the outside backs starting your set well.
And running hard, He just came off the back fence, out of the cannon, as we say. Got some momentum for his Storm teammates.
So haven't been down here for a while, the Storm. Finucane on the 20. Smith to Munster. Munster to the front man in Jesse Bromwich. Nice tackle from Thompson. Smith back to the open. Munster, early kick. Kenny Bromwich coming through, but Tom Trbojevic with poise lets it go out the back.
Yeah, he just didn't get his angle right on that, Munster.
And now Tom veers to the right, goes to Garrick, in and away from Olam. Olam hangs on. Great start to the set, though, for the Seagulls. That's the 0 tackle. Cherry-Evans. The pass to Fainu. Back to Cherry-Evans. Now to Powell. Linking up with Thompson. Manly showing a bit of adventure in the first 15 minutes of this game.
Well, just playing smart footy as well, taking the ball back to where...
Cherry-Evans pass fooled. Brad Parker fooled the Melbourne defence momentarily as well, and Parker's down.
But that's how you got to play the Storm, Dan. You need to move their big men around, find some passes coming out of trouble.
So Brad Parker, who's just come back into first grade, seemed to cop a blow there. Has certainly flourished under Des Hasler. There's now Jake Trbojevic providing for Fanua Blake. No offload this time. Still plenty of tackles here for the Seagulls. Fainu goes to the left of Jake Trbojevic. Now to Powell. Tries to push away from Kaufusi, but Kaufusi has plenty of help. Cherry-Evans. Walker. Oh, Sirinen, there's a hole. Sirinen goes for the line. Oh, yes, Curtis Sirinen.
Touches it on the inside.
This magical season just continues if this try is legal.
They have no try. Can you confirm an obstruction? He catches on the inside in the lead-up.
Kevin, you responded in the box as though immediately you thought something was up with this.
Well, it looked too easy for mine. Well, I can't find anything too much wrong with that there, apart from Cherry-Evans possibly running behind.
Daly Cherry-Evans catches the ball on the inside of the lead runner, then runs around that lead runner. We have a decision.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't affect anything with the try, but you can't do that in the rule book, Finchy.
Yeah, it's the right decision, but a tough one for Manly. But good signs from them. They're moving the footy around.
Good 10 out, Jared, and then left upright.
Well, it is a fairly black and white rule, but boy, oh boy.
But they don't use it all the time, though. That's my issue with it. It's only when a try is scored or... There. So, it's in the rule book. So, technically, they're right.
It's hard to argue how Kenny Bromwich could have made any more.
Well, he couldn't have.
No, there's no way he's
no
added to that defensive side of things. It's been a hell of a round, hasn't it? Tomorrow it continues the Sunday ticket. We're on air from 1:30 here on Fox League, and it begins with the Bulldogs against the Roosters. Roosters chasing 6 straight wins against the Dogs. And then after that, what a game at Penrith Stadium. The Panthers and the Raiders. The Panthers looking for a club record equaling 8th straight win, and the Raiders, well, don't sleep on them. They've won 5 of their past 6, so that is and that'll get a big crowd too. It has been good in Sydney. So both those games live right here on Fox League. Here's Croft. The double pump, now Earl. Smith coming back to the left, finds Munster. Oh, here's a problem for Nukin standing in the way. Munster concedes defeat and will take the tackle. So final play coming here, and it'll be Croft. He kicks it straight into Fanua-Blake. No changing of the tackle count here. So another kick, and that's easy for Tom Trbojevic, who gives it straight to Garrick.
Boys, last week the Melbourne Storm had a comfortable 20-point win over the Gold Coast Titans, but their opening 20 minutes were extremely average. It was one out, it was clunky, there was no combination. Gee, there's some similarities tonight.
It's amazing how they just clicked into gear. And they are the Melbourne Storm and have been the best team in the premiership, but with all their Origin players out, it was as if they just clicked their fingers and just walloped the Titans after about the 10-20 minute mark. Here's Jake Trbojevic. Cherry-Evans. There he goes. Beautiful inside pass to Tom. Down the middle he goes. Now plugs in a kick. Garrick chases, but Addo-Carr gets in the way. And Garrick takes it out. Just for a moment, Ruben Garrick thought he was going to get there first. But there's no one in this game that can outrun Josh Addo-Carr.
Yeah, that's a warning shot there for the Storm. Turbo Tom on the inside, caught Kafusi. A bit lazy on the inside.
Yeah, and pure speed got the Storm out of trouble there. It was a good effort from Garrick, wasn't it? A good thought to punch the ball back inside.
Geez, if you're a Manly fan, you've got to be encouraged by what's transpired in the first 18 minutes.
Well, their last month of football, 6 weeks, since Turbo Tom has come back onto the scene, they've been as good as any team in the competition, stats-wise and on the scoreboard.
Yes, that winning streak has been well publicised. He hasn't lost in 328 days, Tom Trbojevic.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Dan.
six NRL games. Couple of Origins. Here's Asfa Solomona. He wants to keep going here, but the ref calls held. Smith, Hughes, lurking around the middle. Now Jesse Bromwich. A bit of pepper in that tackle. Jesse not too pleased. Oh, Sirinen pouring down on Munster.
No, that was okay.
The timing seemed to be bang on there from Sirinen, and the referees agree. Not much that can be done about that there, but Manly have gifted the Storm an opportunity.
Munster getting under the ball there, and out it comes.
Ruben Garrick there, he will be most disappointed. And the crowd just starting to get involved in this game. Beautiful night here in Melbourne. A little brisk, but perfect conditions. So here is that man Munster. Running into Fanua-Blake and Jake Trbojevic.
Still shows his strength there, Munster in the tackle.
Now Jesse Bromwich getting through plenty of work in these opening 20 minutes. Munster. Kenny Bromwich tries to stand up Sully. Oh, and then throws the forced pass way away from Addo-Carr. And again, un-Melbourne-like, forcing the issue Manly hold their ground.
Clock on.
Let's have a look here. He tried to get it around the corner, I think. Did he go on the outside?
Again, lock him in, please, Melbourne.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic, isn't it, from Kenny Bromwich? Normally a very disciplined player. He'll be disappointed with that, Kenny.
Interchange number 1 for Craig Bellamy. Nelson Asofa Solomona is coming from the field. Brandon Smith moving into the middle.
He had a big game last week against the Titans, about 150 metres. Talk about Tom Trebojevich's winning streak. Brandon Smith has won 24 of his last 26 games for the Storm, and when he's out, they've lost 4 of 6 in that period. And he certainly does make an impact coming off the bench. There he is, involved in the tackle. There's DePauw's offload. Sirinen. He can offload as well. Second phase play seems to be troubling the Storm a bit. Here's Sirinen. Sully with room. Now Garrick steadies himself. That's tackle 4. Back to the middle to Fainu. Along the line to Walker. The cutout for Parker. Oh, he stepped inside Chambers. And Croft was needed. On the final play, an end-over-end kick. Hughes, lovely timing. Jumped to perfection there. It's not quite the same when it's little Manasi Fainu pouring through, not Tom Trebojevic. But now Manly are loading up in defence. And Chambers is buried just outside his 10.
Good run.
There's Jesse Bromwich.
Come on, Jake, just stand. Oh, wait.
Now the little tear away, Brandon Smith.
The Wombat, they call him at Melbourne.
Not just any old Wombat, though, Finchy. He's a quality Wombat.
Now, Croft doesn't get that flush. Tom Trebojevic trapping it there. Can't get on the outside of Kenny Bromwich. A good field position here for Manly to start their set, but that's thrown away by Sully. And it was Garrick's pass, which didn't find the mark.
Yeah, just their discipline a bit here, Manly. That's two errors in 3 sets. Not quite getting the pass right here. It's in behind. Got to get those on the money. Opening yourself up to be penalised here severely by the Melbourne Storm. Just a sloppy pass, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. To bend that back. Another opportunity for the Storm.
Yeah, for all the good Manly have done in this game, they certainly have opened the door on more than one occasion. As the game still waits for its first try. Brandon Smith is stopped in the centre of this AAMI Park. Now Dale Finucane looking to hit the ground quickly for the fast play the ball. Croft. Brandon Smith running wide. Now Christian Welch, his first touch. His arm is locked up there. Smith waits. Now to Brandon. Well handled by Jake Trebojevic. So it comes down to this. And again, another slow play the ball. Boy, that's been a theme on both sides. That is ricocheted, but cleaning it up is George Tafua. And the game will have its first line dropout.
Yeah, that's better from the Storm. Building pressure.
Cameron Smith, the man, wasn't he? With a little tricky little grubber in behind.
Christian Welch on for Jesse Bromwich, and for the Manly Seagulls, Marty Tapau getting a rest. He has been replaced by Taniela Paseka.
Well, they don't lose anything by way of size with Paseka. He's a giant. Speaking of giant, there's some of the Melbourne Storm's big winning streaks. 12 is their most in a single season. They're in 2011. With 15, the top seed, covering the end of their 2012 premiership victory into 2013.
In
it's been so quiet. A 9-game winning streak, and we've hardly made anything of it. It's just typical Melbourne, just getting about their business. And it's Finucane. Stopped here by that man Paseka. Now Welsh. What a great bench option. Over 100 metres a game for the Storm. Now Brandon Smith. Oh, he gets himself involved when he's on the field. Now Cam. Hughes against the grain. Cherry-Evans one-on-one. He stops the Melbourne fullback. Now picked up by Smith. On to Finucane. Brodie Croft. Can't escape Walker, who rushed up. On the final play, Smith's going to kick again. Getting in the way is Sirenen, but he's played at that, and that'll be 6 more. So Melbourne just starting to tighten the vice a little. Welsh will play it in front of the posts. Smith sends it right. Croft to Kafusi. Picked up and driven into the deck. Now Croft first receiver. Welsh had to reach out in front of him. Oh, he gets the offload. Brandon Smith exploring. Back to a flat-footed Kafusi. Manly answering all the questions here. Munster. Yeah, lovely pass to Kenny Bromwich, but a good read. Cherry-Evans involved again. Now on the short side, Munster's kick ricochets away, and it's an accidental offside.
I thought Cherry-Evans could have been penalised then for offside.
He didn't retreat from marker, did he? Did he get back to the goal line? That happens a lot in our game, particularly on that goal line defence. So we've got a scrum to restart here.
Yeah, Melbourne get another 6 tackles.
Full set for Manly to defend.
So there you see it, 19 tackles inside Manly's 20. And they're handling it well, aren't they, the Seagulls?
At the moment they are, yeah, getting good contact into the Storm players. Able to control that ruck speed.
But the Storm, not the sort of team to panic if it doesn't happen for them straight away.
Oh no, I'll stay at it.
So the fullback Hughes will play it as Thompson slows that play the ball down. Welch. Ball at the line for Finucane. Back to the right, Croft. Oh, inside to Welsh, but pretty easily read there. Tom Trbojevic and Cherry-Evans involved. Now Smith sends it to Munster. Munster with the grubber. Brilliant positional play from Tom Trbojevic.
He's just not getting his angle right with that kick. Manly's right side is rushing up hard.
Just a little bit kick happy too, I think. Finchy, I'd like to see, they're a bit slippery out there conditions. Munster to take the line on, just come onto the ball and use that beautiful footwork that he's got and strength in the tackle. I haven't seen that from him yet.
So Manly in a bit of quicksand here. Trbojevic to Walker, now out to Parker, and Parker's going to make some metres. They sensed they needed something, the Seagulls, and spreading it worked. Now Walker.
Just these little short passes are causing, you have to do that against the Storm. You've got to use the ball and string some passes together.
It was Morgan Boyle who took that pass, and now Cherry-Evans kicking on the final play. Some decent line there from the Seagulls, and Earl has nowhere to go but the middle. So we're nearly half an hour in. It's been a points-heavy weekend, but not tonight here at AAMI Park. Good, tight rugby league between two teams. One certainly going to the finals, and one, well, you'd think they should be going to the finals as well. It has been every bit the arm wrestle in this first half. Welsh running into Boyle and Paseka. Final tackle signalled here. Munster to the air. Tom slips, still catches it. but no room to work with the kicker Munster involved in the chase.
Tackle target as important as tackle technique. Expect that target area to change for the Melbourne Storm. Craig Bellamy screaming down the line to his interchange bench and coaches to wrap the ball up. Thinks the Storm are conceding far too many offloads and allowing Manly far too many metres.
Well, that's what moving the footy around creates, one-on-ones, which creates opportunities to get offloads. That's what Manly are doing well.
And they've had 8 offloads to Melbourne's 1. And that is the Manly game. Here's Paseka.
Yeah, they're the #1 offloader in the game. Offloading team, that is. They've got some boys in there that know how to do it.
Cherry-Evans then kicking away from the sideline, and that wrong foot's Hughes. And he can't get through Walker and Boyle. An intriguing stage we're at in this game as we still wait for our first try. Sal Finucane off for a rest. Jesse Bromwich next to him there.
And that's the man that's come on for him, Dan. Ryan Pappenhausen, a fullback, but playing middle again.
Maybe he can be the early game breaker. He always seems to have an impact when he's involved. Now the outside inside. Adokar getting his hands on the ball in the middle and slipping the pass for Hughes. Now the pass out to Chambers, who's barreled by Tafua. It wasn't a Tafua special, but it was an effective tackle. As Smith curls the kick towards the sideline. Boy, that took some skill, that kick. It'll be a Manly scrum feed.
They've been aggressive on their edges all night, Manly.
They have been up and in, haven't they? In the face. Just have a look here. Tafua, he's known for that defensive quality, coming in and just taking the player out. And then Smith, look at this kick from the veteran. Was it 450? How many's he got up now?
8,000.
8,000 games, is it?
That was just showing off the way he got to dance along the touchline.
And the time he had to put that kick in. He's a genius.
Kevin, speaking of his records, he's currently on 44 tries. His coach, Craig Bellamy, throughout a 10-year career, 46 tries. And Monday to Friday during Storm training, it is much laughter, much debate and much sledging going on. They reckon it's the only record he hasn't broken, the one of his coach.
It's probably the one who is most important to him as well.
Don't tell him, he'll break that quick smart.
Yeah, he's all about breaking records.
Here's Manly, their second penalty, and it gets them close to halfway once that ball is put into touch. Only the 5 penalties so far tonight. Oh, heavy tackle there. Welsh racing up on Morgan Boyle.
Hold on. Mark's back here, Morgan. Keep up, yeah.
You all right, Christian? I did it for you, mate.
I don't think he's that great, but...
Sorry, mate.
Christian, you right or not?
Okay,
Sure.
time back on.
All right, time on
I'm
tackle.
just checking that Christian's got all these faculties. Now short side, Tom Trbojevic probing.
Christian, don't play on him.
Go.
10 metres, Brody.
Here's Walker. Paseka making a beeline for Kenny Bromwich. Smith down low.
Help, Kenny. Release.
Hold, go. 3.
Now Jake's going to have a touch. Dylan Walker. Here's Tom. He almost escapes Brodie Croft. Hanging on like a chihuahua, Brodie.
Out now. Sandor, Felice.
Hold. Go 4.
Walker onto Fainu. Fainu to Cherry-Evans. Now comes to Sirinen. He's already been denied a try tonight. Little bobble, the recovery.
Last tackle.
And now we get to the last play.
Hold. 1.
Manly yet to force a dropout tonight.
Go.
Fainu. Cherry-Evans, the left foot kick. It's got heat on it. And Adokar has nowhere to go.
Well, that was an excellent kick from Cherry-Evans off the left foot at a weird sort of angle, like this had been rehearsed. He going infield and then kicking it back off the left foot.
Did you see that in Queensland training, Kev?
No, I didn't, I've got to say, but maybe you should have brought it out. It's a nice little tactic.
So Melbourne here, they're going to soak up as much of this shot clock as they can, as they're concerned about Welsh. He's going to come off.
Yeah, Dan, the doctors have just been over here at the medical station studying the vision of this, and it was an accidental shoulder from the ball carrier Morgan Boyle into the side of the melon of Christian Walsh. Immediately everyone around him knew that he probably wasn't 100%. The doctor and the training staff of the Melbourne Storm doing the right thing in as quick a time as they can. So he's off under the HIA.
The sound that came through the effects, Mike, it was quite brutal. So we won't see Christian at the earliest until the start of the second half. Let's see if he gets the all clear.
I think he'll be fine, but it's nice that it's a good idea to take him off and get him checked. He's tough as teeth, Christian.
So Manly, while they've enjoyed good patches in this match so far, they haven't spent all that long down this end of the field. Cherry-Evans, Dylan Walker, now to Thompson, up to the 10. Crofton Chambers with the tackle. Tommy Trbojevic picks it up and goes. Manly rolling. Penalty. Decision time here for the Seagulls.
Well, Finchie, I'll ask you this one. What are you going to do here?
Tap and go here.
Tap and go?
Yep.
I think they're going to take two.
0 from 2.
As if they were waiting for the instruction from the sideline there.
Well, he just got into dummy half and made something happen, didn't he, there?
Good decision from the referees.
Look pretty threatening on their left side, Manly, don't they, when they get at that right edge of the Melbourne Storm.
They've worried the Storm both sides, both edges tonight.
Would it be fair to say Manly have looked more dangerous on the attack than Melbourne?
Well, I think they've looked a better team in this opening period, this opening half, but as we know with the Storm, they're always in the game.
So Garrick had an easy one to start. No problems there. So Manly just inch out a little further. 4 points to 0. Old school rivalry and an old school scoreline as we approach half time. Here's the mad genius, Des Hasler. He's had a lot of success down here at AAMI Park over the years.
Well, he'd be one of those coaches that wouldn't fear coming here, given his success rate at AAMI Park.
Stay back.
Cherry-Evans in the thick of everything that Manly are doing.
Not often that Melbourne are held scoreless, particularly at home at the half-time break. Then facing that reality.
Police move! Now police will have to get a square on the mark.
It's an intriguing game here at AAMI Park.
Stand on out. Play it on the mark, Joel. That's it, mate.
And here's Tafua now bringing it back. This is often the period where the Seagulls can just fall into a bit of a hole when Tapau and Fanua Blake are out. But they're holding their own, certainly to this point.
Watch your head there, Cameron. Watch your head.
Surin is claimed on tackle 4. Now Jake Trbojevic down the middle. Good meters.
Watch the arm, Nelson. Held! Fifth and long. Release, Brandon.
Cherry-Evans on the last. Ooh, kicking across his body, trying to create a contest. Brad Parker out of the air. Now the Boyle. Out it goes to Thompson. An incredible Manly try. They've done it again off the bomb. Last week it was Cano Tom. It was Ruben Garrick. And tonight it's Brad Parker who rips it out of the air.
Well, I think it was a miss kick from Cherry-Evans. All the Storm players just stood and watched it. That's excellent work from Parker.
It was in no man's land, the kick, wasn't it? And then look at the Manly troops just pouring through. You mentioned DC. I think he's got some sort of hip injury at the moment. He's just not moving as freely as he'd like, but it was the Manly support play that made the difference. Some excellent work from Parker to catch the ball in no man's land, and then numbers just pouring through in support.
Yeah, took the catch beautifully and then found the support on the inside. Great work from Parker.
So Joel Thompson finishing it off. His 5th try for the season. Boy, isn't DCE kicking at some acute angles tonight. And now, Manly enjoy a little buffer. It'll be the first time Melbourne have been scoreless at the break here at AAMI since round 2 last year against the Wests Tigers. Now they face the prospect of being down by double digits. If Garrett can nail this one from about 11 in from touch. Two from 2 tonight. Both much closer to the posts. And that needs to hold its line. It does. And the Manly Seagulls have made an early statement. Long way to go in this one. The Melbourne Storm, that man certainly won't be panicking. But they've got some work to do. Second half not too far away here at AAMI Park. The Melbourne Storm trailing the Manly Seagulls 10 points to 0. It's not often the Storm are down by double digits at half-time, not just here but anywhere. In fact, this is just the 3rd time in more than 2 seasons they've faced a double-digit deficit at the break. Previous times, the grand final last year against the Roosters and round 6 here against the Roosters. They were down 20-8 at the break and, of course, took that to golden point. And they are a far better second-half team in terms of for and against. So this team, Manly, excellent in the first half, but their work is far from done. Daly Cherry-Evans, his kick, whether deliberate or shanked, setting up the lone try of this game. Now the Storm, who will remain so far clear of the pack that their minor premiership aspirations will hardly be affected if they weren't to get the cash tonight. But they are facing just their 3rd defeat of the season. As we go to you, Andy Raymond.
Yeah, a little bit of both, I think. Certainly the execution. You know,
Effort, execution, or both?
Yeah, a little bit of both, I think. Certainly the execution. You know, we started poorly again with the footy, Andy. We just couldn't hang on to it. And, you know, we were a little bit better towards the end of the half, but, you know, we just... like I say, our control early in the game, the last couple of games has been really poor. So that's one thing we need to fix right up.
Thanks, mate.
Good on you, Andy. Thanks, mate.
Thank you to Craig Bellamy for joining us, particularly when his team is down. What do you want to see differently, Kevin Walters and Brett Finch, from the Storm, particularly in attack?
Well, I'd like to see Cameron Munster challenge the line a bit more with his running game. You know, both halves, for that matter. Him and Brody Croft seem to be, passing a lot. I'd like to see them throw a dummy or challenge the line themselves with their running game.
See their Manly, they can't overtake South and Canberra tonight because of their inferior for and against, but a big win like this and keep notching up wins, then the top 4 is surely within touching distance. So we begin, and it's the Storm who in first halves this year have a for and against of +58, in the second half of games +178. So they are a much better second half team. Here's Kafusi, and already the Storm with energy up to the halfway line. On tackle number 4, Asifa Solomona. Cut down by Jake Trbojevic. It's Munster to the air. And Tom Trbojevic calls out that it's his. And he's swamped by the oncoming Storm defence. Good start for Melbourne. Manly pinned in the corner here, as Tom will play it near the 10-metre line. Here's Garrick. Had a couple of errors in the first half.
Dan, just a further update to half-time. Christian Walsh has failed his HIA. He won't be back. From the Manly dressing rooms, Des Hasler obviously extremely positive, but he's a disciplinarian and a perfection. He wants them to lift A, intensity, and B, combination in this second half.
Well, there was some intensity there, but a little too intense. The defenders called offside. Geez, that's interesting with Welsh out because they run 3 forwards on their bench with Pappenhausen, of course, also part of the Melbourne rotation. So it will cause a reshuffle of the way Bellamy rotates those forwards.
Yeah, you think their starting front rowers will play more minutes in this second half?
Well, they've got men there that can play big minutes with Jesse Bromwich, certainly. And Dale Finucane, he can play 80 Finucane if you wanted him to.
And we're still yet to see Stimson, so they've got him up their sleeve, the Storm. Here's a good run to start the set from Morgan Boyle. So Manly with an early chance in this second half. Here's Paseka. Takes 4 to get involved to bring the big unit down. Fainu. Walker running. Kafusi around the waist. Manly knocking on the door. Tom Trbojevic tries to do it on his own. Brother Jake. Fainu. The dummy. Now to Cherry-Evans. Onto a running Sirinen. Comfortably taken by the Storm defence. Paseka. Walker. Tom Trbojevic, this is the last. Tom's got to get rid of it. Finds Parker, manufactures a kick. But Asfa Solomona comes away.
Yeah, that was a great tackle from Croft on Turbo Tom.
Now, Jake Trbojevic has been called offside from that kick from Parker. Relieving penalty for the Storm. Smith, that's a good kick from Cameron Smith.
Is there a chance the Seagulls weren't aware it was the last, given Paseka was the first receiver?
No, I think it was planned move there. That's fine.
Oh, Melbourne covering it off nicely.
Jake, no more. Hold.
Brandon Smith at first receiver. Now Munster. Pappenhausen. Easily covered there by Garrick. Cherry-Evans also. There's Munster. His 4th run of the night so far. Cam Smith exploring, and now back to Asfa Solomona. Munster, Hughes, Sully all over him. Hughes gets rid of it. Munster, the show, the go, the flick pass, Addo-Carr. Brilliantly plucked out of the air. Curtis Sirinen.
Oh, he can do everything, Siro.
That is unbelievable what he's...
What was he doing back there?
In the fullback role. That's the try gone missing there for the Storm, and Munster in the thick of it.
He wanted him to run the ball, Munster.
What a read there by Sirinen. That's their best chance so far, gone begging, but Paseka puts that ball down. So much like the first half, Manly just opening the door, just giving the Storm some opportunities.
Yeah, a couple of poor finishes to their sets. It's opened the door up for the Storm. And you don't want to be doing that too often.
Lovely work from Munster. Look at that.
Oh.
I don't know what Sirinen was doing there, Finchy, but it was a handy position for the back row to be in. Stopped a certain try from Justin Olam.
Well, there was no one in front of Olam. It was all over if that pass found the mark. The Storm back in Manly territory.
Here's Morgan, Taniela. Jeff Morgan, go.
Brandon Smith. Problem here.
Go off and get a try. Yeah, it is. Time's off, mate. Blood bin.
There, that's going to need some attention. He won't want to come off here. That does appear like something that can be cleaned up rather quickly, but the crowd's not happy.
There's a head clash there. Cameron Smith looking to get more. There's his stats from the night. 5 runs, 39 metres and 28 tackles. I'm not sure crowd are not happy here, Finchy.
Well, they want to keep going here. They want the Storm to hit the go button.
He looks pretty happy.
Well, he should be. He's got a big schooner in his hand, Finchy.
So Croft captured centre field. Asfa Solomona down the middle, pushing away from Thompson, who comes back for more. And Boyle and Walker need all their strength, and they've ripped that ball out. So Melbourne will get to reload here.
Cameron Smith to get really involved in this next 10 minutes, trying to steer his team over the try line. He's a genius at it.
Well, Manly have answered all the questions so far. They've missed just 4 tackles all night.
You're holding him. I'm going to slow you up. Wait now. You wait.
Perhaps the refs just had enough of the slow play the balls. Croft. Oh, the pass there well read as Brandon Smith was barreled. Cam back to the open. Pappenhausen. Oh, his eyes lit up. He saw the big fella Paseka, thought he could get under him. Now, Brodie Croft, the early kick. Tommy got there first. Kafusi took a bump on the way. It'll be a light dropout.
Yeah, lovely kick from Croft. They've been super aggressive on their edges tonight, Manly defensively. Croft, well-weighted kick, more pressure for the Seagulls.
Kevy, Finchy as two halves. What is Melbourne's obsession tonight, kicking on tackle 2 or 3?
Well, it's the Manly defence making them do that play. They're really aggressive and up and in on the edges. And for a ball play, you see the space in behind.
So a conventional restart there from Cherry-Evans. Melbourne, bring it back. They've had now 50 tackles in Manly territory. Manly have only had 28 at the other end. So territory hasn't been the Storm's problem. Brandon Smith, what did you call it, the Wombat, gets up to the 20. Now Cam. To Asfa Solomona. Oh, he forced that and he lost it. Walker snaffles that ball. And Melbourne, this is rare, starting to look like a team that's frustrated. As Brad Parker is cleaned up by Munster.
The possession hasn't been the problem for the Storm. Execution has.
They've done this quite often, the Storm. They've loaded up, trying to force the error from Manly, getting it out, and it has worked on more than one occasion tonight as Curtis Sirinen is pinned on tackle 4. That's a good run from Boyle. A couple of seasons at the Gold Coast. A nice little run here at the Seagulls. Cherry-Evans. It's that kick to tail. Shandor Earl. Comes across to the middle. Scored his first try in 6 years last week. The win against the Gold Coast.
It was a great moment for him, wasn't it?
They were certainly happy for him, his teammates. They knew how much that meant to him. What a ride it's been to hell and back for Shandor Earl. Now he's back playing first grade. Olam playing it for Cam Smith. Now the inside for Hughes. Pappenhausen lurking. Boy, an early pass. Pappenhausen puts the foot down. Tommy's got him. The flick inside. Still Melbourne ball. But Manly somehow survive. Now, Chambers with the grubber. Chambers with the chase. Chambers with the put down. Tafua had an air swing, and Chambers might have got the Storm's first try.
I'm at tackle 5. Are you okay with this part? Okay, I can see that. I'm at tackle 5. I have a try. We can confirm he doesn't go out and then he grabs the ball.
Well, Tafua last week was caught out a couple of times by Parramatta. And Chambers with a brilliant individual play.
He's got it down. Just there, excellent
Will
work.
Chambers with downward pressure forces the ball in goal. We have a decision.
And just like that, the Melbourne Storm are back in town.
Well, they are back in town. It was excellent work from Will Chambers. They've been kicking all night. This was one for himself. As the Melbourne faithful go up, that will lift the spirits of the Storm. Seen him do this so often in the premiership rounds.
This is outstanding work from Tom Tudorovic. Watch him back off and then run down Pappenheisen, who just throws it out the back of Ellerer. And Chambers gets out of dummy half on the next play, backs himself.
We have a small sample size, but is that the first time Pappenhausen in first grade has been run down?
I think Jerome Hughes passed too early, but it's from a great defence of Turbo Tom. And then Chambers, the old veteran.
Oh, he just couldn't quite get there, could he? George Tafua, and Chambers gets it down.
What a play.
That was a great play. He knew he scored it as well. Big smiles. He's got it, he said.
He doesn't score many these days, certainly none like that. His 5th for the year. His 81st career try. And he's not the try-scoring machine he used to be. But that was a beauty. Now Smith, who's having just about the best kicking year of his career, to put the Storm back within 4. 75% career, he's 84% this year. And this should be the preferred side for the left footer. It's got work to do, and it stays out on the right. But it's a one-score game. Manly 10-4.
Not a fluke, this try. Will Chambers actually, over the last couple of years, fancies himself as a right side of the field kicker. It's been to the amusement of players like Cameron Smith, Billy Slater and Cooper Cronk over the years. Kevin Walters would have seen it over the years in State of Origin camp. It's something Will Chambers practices, and he still practices it pre-game before every game. Pinpoint kicks down the right-hand side, and guess what, Willie? Tonight, it came off.
Yeah, you're right about that, Andy.
Now, Kevy, when he's doing it in Queensland camp, are you quick to say, now, Will, this is just for practice, this isn't for the game?
I think everyone says that to Will, but he's determined, and
It's like talking to a brick wall.
there's a good result for the Storm on that occasion.
Renewed energy, it seems, about the Storm.
Yeah, well, that's what points do, isn't it? You know, you can see it in their running, the carries.
Still only
forward play.
another one try each, and Pappenhausen there hunting up in the middle. The momentum here, Brandon Smith over halfway. Good set after points for the Storm. Munster sends it skyward. Trbojevic safe. And wrapped up with goal kicking the difference between these two sides. 2 penalty goals for the Seagulls plus that conversion. 1 try apiece. It is an arm wrestle. And you just know there's drama to come. Always drama between these two teams. Trbojevic pinned. Manly all of a sudden looking a little fatigued. Here's Fainu running out of dummy half, and that's been put down.
Chase.
It's a scrum feed for the Storm. Forward past the official call. Either way, Melbourne get this back, only 35 out.
Yeah, there's a knock on from Dylan Walker. It come off his left hand.
You could feel the pressure building there, couldn't you, amongst the Manly players. Defensively, the Storm just took it up a gear. They forced an error there with their defence. It's the Manly coaching staff looking on. Des Hasler doesn't give too much away. Old poker face Des, does he?
Melbourne have gone up a gear. Here's Munster with the run. Just hung on to by Tapau. Brandon Smith. Cam Munster earlier in the week said, we as a team have 2 extra gears to go up. Well, they seem to be going up a gear in this particular game. There's Munster, the Hughes, the floater for Addo Carr.
Look out.
He escapes from Garrick. Now runs into Fido and Tapau. Cam Smith running. Now for Nukin. He wanted to link up with Pappenhausen, but took the conservative option. Cam Smith holds the pass. Kenny Bromwich. Hughes slips over. Kenny cleans up his own work.
Last
But that gets Melbourne to the last, and they'll be kicking from further out than they would have hoped. Munster goes to the air. Tom has to come forward, and he out-jumps Munster.
I'm not seeing too many in the game will out-jump that boy.
Great defence.
Look at this bit. Yeah, but look at the Storm again going with this defensive work. Rushing off the line and just putting everything into their defence.
It bunts the Seagulls. Garrick.
You've got to find a pass here, Manly, and try and shift this defence around a little bit.
Well, that's how they did it in the first half, wasn't it? It was moving the ball around, which got them out of trouble.
The issue with that is, boys, as Dan, you pointed out a set ago, is fatigue. What it also does, it means your bodies are in motion. The Manly side is fatigued. Their edges more than anything.
And Fainu getting an offload away there. Now, that's something that's been missing in their second half, is the second phase from Manly. That Fainu pass allowed the Seagulls to gain extra metres before the end of the set. Now Jerome Hughes chopped down here, just outside his own 10. Into the final 25 minutes of this game. So much to play for the Seagulls as they try and embark on the top four. Addo-Carr hasn't been the open affair that he normally enjoys. Croft did well to hang on to that, but he's going to be a sitting duck there for Noel Thompson. Tafusi. Chambers rides the Tafua bump and gets the offload to Pappenhausen. Croft's going to kick this time, looking for the grass, but Garrick captures it on the full. Manly, that's a better position for them to start the set.
They get a penalty.
A high tackle, and the Seagulls will get as far up the field as they've been for some time.
Just need to regroup here, Manly. Let's have a look here. Well, it was the third man in. It was the Wombat. Got up a little bit high with his paw. And Craig Bellamy not impressed.
Oh, no. Don't forget tomorrow, the Sunday ticket, 1:30 we're on air here on Fox League. Bulldogs and the Roosters. That opens things up. Nice entree for the Penrith-Canberra game at 4 o'clock Eastern. Both games live right here on Fox League. But, we've got a very interesting period of this game now as Manly try and reassert their double-digit lead. Take Trbojevic. Walker. Tom. Now Parker. Forward pass.
Forward pass.
Early in the count as well. And a let-off for the Storm. Tom not happy. A very decisive call.
Let's have a look here.
Geez, tough call for Manly.
Continues the theme of the weekend.
Yeah, but it was an opportunity for them, wasn't it? That's why he's disappointed with himself. They had their first real crack at the Storm in this second half, and they've come up with an error.
Well, they've had just 12 tackles inside Melbourne's 20 all night. So it would have been a rare adventure into that part of the field. Not on this occasion. Finucane with room up the middle. Believe it or not, he's been more productive this year than any of his previous years. Who would have thought he could have gone up a gear in production? There's Kaufusi wrapped up. Oh, that's a floater there to Brandon Smith. Cam's going to kick before the last.
Yeah, good kick.
Trbojevic takes it inside his 10. Munster leading the chase. Got enough on Tom to stop his progress. And it was Croft that came in with all guns blazing. Tafua gets a taste of his own medicine. Dale Finucane with the classic tackle. Oh, Parker. And again, Manly They're stuck in quicksand.
Some driving defence in the replay box from Finucane under the ribs of Tafua. Again, Manly, as we said, struggling here a little bit. There's an offload.
Vainu veering. Now back to Sirinen. And Sirinen taken on his own 30. They're going to need a good kick on the end of this. Cherry-Evans gives it all he's got with the torpedo. It's a good kick. But Hughes takes it on his 20. Brings it back and then puts the foot down. Still just 2 tries in this contest, both off kicks. Olam bustling down the middle and looking for the quick play of the ball. It allows Smith to venture out of dummy half. Munster looking for a little opening. And now penalty. So, Melbourne, 6 more tackles.
Okay, when you're ready now, Cameron.
These back-to-back sets, they're going to take all the gas out of Manly's defence.
They are so patient, aren't they, the Storm? Not a sign of panic. Just grinding the Seagulls into the dirt, or at least that's the intention. Croft. Munster to the front man, Kafusi. Can Manly hang on? Bromwich taking on Sirinen with an excellent one-on-one tackle. Cam Smith back to Croft, the early kick again. Here's Kafusi, but just getting there in time was Dylan Walker. And this obsession with the early kick into the in-goal continues.
Yeah, it's great work from Brady Croft. Just rolled it in the in-goal, beautiful weight on the kick. Good work from Walker to get back.
It was excellent anticipation, wasn't it, from Walker? No one else in sight.
Boys, I'm keeping a really close eye on the moment of Jesse Bromwich with the trainer backfield at the moment, and he's grabbing at his upper left chest, just lower than the shoulder, normally where you'd be grabbing for a pec injury. He's in a great deal of discomfort at the moment, the big unit.
Oh dear, well, you're suggesting there had maybe more ramifications in this particular game, but don't forget they've already lost Christian Welsh tonight, so just in terms of the rest of this game, they can hardly afford to lose him. Here's Brandon Smith. It's to the 20. And the quick play the ball for Cam. Now on to Jesse. Test out that little injury. Now the pass to Cam Munster. Looking as dangerous as he has all night. Cam Smith, the dummy. Just taken here. He will get into the in-goal. They'll walk this back to the 10-metre line. That goalpost may have been a slight help for the Seagulls there with the Storm.
They're just hammering away here, the Storm, aren't they? Just so patient with their football.
Send it to Munster. Oh, his pass goes astray. Olam fails to hang on. And the Manly Seagulls,
Great defence.
like a game of chicken, they just refuse to flinch. And now here's Sully bustling down the right side.
The Wombat.
Sirinen rocked off his feet by Brandon Smith.
Wombat. Said a Wombat tackle on that, Vinci.
Oh, Fanua Blake, though, returning serve with an excellent run, although Cam Smith almost ripped it out of his hands. Cherry-Evans underarms it. Fanua Blake to Powell, flat-footed. Oh, problem. A problem.
Full pass, Dylan.
Just
That's
Manly in the
decision,
second
mate.
half. They're just coming up with a couple of errors. DCE on the ground. I think he just carrying some sort of injury there, I would have thought. Oh, Munster it was. Well, that's probably why, Finchy.
Got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah.
Fanua Blake pass. They were both on that 40-metre line. The refs have been ruthless on the 50-50 passes tonight. There you go, Manly's completions, only 6 of 10.
Yeah. It's not where they needed to be.
Just 71% for the game. There's Fanua Blake There's the thumbs up. He'll continue.
There's no clock, guys, so we just form up.
Well, we've got 16 minutes left. It's going to be a cracking 16 minutes.
Hey, Tom, make sure
This is a score. It's quite familiar when these two sides get together. We've had 10 alls, we've had 12 10s. Last year we had a 14-13. Just low-scoring, tight contests. They are familiar when it's the Storm and the Seagulls.
10 metres, Brad.
Now Kaufusi runs into Tapau. And the ball comes free. But it's a penalty for a strip. Faidu jumped into that tackle late. And that's what's hurt here.
I think he's, it's come out, it's come free there somehow, possibly a Manly hand in there, but another, these back-to-back sets that we've been talking about, another set for the Storm.
I wonder if it was stripped out or if it just had that look of being stripped because it flew out of his hands. Interesting. Storm. Finucane. Ball tied for Manly in their own 20. Jesse Bromwich. Down the middle. Conventional start to this set. Cam Smith. Croft. The dummy doesn't fool Thompson. Little bloke over the top to slow it down. Now Cam goes into first receiver. Oh, the show and go. That was almost Thurston-esque. Now Brandon Smith, he gets his way to the line. Crawling along the AAMI Park surface and fighting his way over. And the Storm are about to tie this up. You just can't keep opening the door because eventually they'll come right through.
And it'll be a Wombat that comes through underneath the Manly defence. He couldn't wait to get in there quick enough. Look at him sizing this up. Under Big Tom, he goes. Height's an advantage for once in this occasion, Fitchy. Look at that, burrowing over the line. What a try.
What a good player he is. It was a great run from Cameron Smith in the lead-up. He got the quick play of the ball. That's all the Wombat needed, Kevy.
No, he doesn't need much space, particularly close to the line. And Manly would have done their homework on him.
Boys, we can see big Jesse Bromwich in the background there as we look at the try scorer, Brandon Smith. But Jesse Bromwich, gear off, and it is a little bit fresh here in Melbourne. It's not a peck, thankfully. It's a whack on the sternum. He's just been padded up with about an inch and a half rubber pad right in the middle of the chest, and off he goes.
Well, Cameron Smith will throw this one over. What a finish we have to this game.
Oh. It was 10-0 at the break. And they're just never dead, the Melbourne Storm.
Well, they never are, but they're always in the game. It's been their defence more than anything.
Well, Manly have done well to hang on so long. Too many errors, penalties. The defence has been brilliant. Just can't give this side too many opportunities.
The reality is they've done so much defending the Seagulls. Do they have the energy to go with the Storm for the next 13 and a half minutes? We're evenly poised. 10 points all at AAMI Park. And tonight, on the Fox League app, you get to vote for the man of the match. There are your choices. You got Brandon Smith, Cam Munster, Curtis Sirenen, Turbo Tom. Vote in the Fox League app. You can get it for free wherever you get your apps. And Vonnie and the team will have that man of the match in the post-game show. 13 minutes to go. We still have a couple of chapters to be written in this one. Bromwich brings it back. They have not been beaten in regulation time this season here at AAMI Park, the Storm. The two games they've lost, one was in Golden Point against the Roosters, the other was by 2 points to the Sharks. Now Brandon Smith, hitting and spinning and almost finding a way through. Quick play the ball for Cam Smith. Now Jerome Hughes. The fast men want to get involved. Cam Smith. Croft. Finucane. That's a terrific set for Melbourne. Following points. And it'll be Munster to the air, looking for the corner, looking for Garrick. It's a contest. Addo-Carr got up there. And now Sawley leaves it behind him. And now Munster comes away with it. And this might need inspection.
It looked like Addo-Carr knocked on in the contest.
Well, the first touch is everything here.
Well, in that tackle, one, we've got a no try. Can we please confirm a knock-on off Josh Addo-Carr? Yeah, mate.
The left side Melbourne Storm kick chase is cleared as onside.
Oh, hello. And it does appear to come off Garrick at some point.
I think it's come off
The bicep.
Josh Addo-Carr contacts the ball with his right arm, which constitutes a knock-on. We have a decision.
So that's slow-mo confirming it. Geez, that first angle was interesting, but Manly survive. Hard-in-mouth moment, though.
Got a knock-on off Josh Addo-Carr. Play the ball. Play the ball there, fellas.
That was a let-off there for Manly. Here come the Storm. Can't go into their shell here, Manly. Keep playing football against the Storm. Use the ball. Get your offloads happening.
But that's what Melbourne wants you to do. They want you to go one out through the middle.
Well, the Seagulls, they've proven this year they can beat some of the very good teams. They've beaten South. They've beaten Canberra. They won up at Hunter Stadium against a Knights team that's in the 8th at the moment. Fanua Blake with the offload to Fainu. They've beaten Parramatta. They did that last week, so they've beaten plenty of top 8 teams. But, boy, this would be next level if they can get out of this at AAMI Park against the Storm. And it's 10-all. Walker, the double pump. They've been nervous, haven't they, the Storm, whenever Walker has run it. Cherry-Evans, the floater. Hughes was thinking about where he was going to run before he caught that ball, and he advances it to the 20.
Copped the high shot there.
Yeah, I think he's worn one.
Now here's Shandor Earl getting involved. They need their backmen to get involved here, the Storm. Will Chambers. It was his try that turned this around for the Storm, and they were looking a little frustrated in attack. Jesse Bromwich bumps off Sirenen. Makes it to halfway. Cam Smith. Croft. Oh, the ankle tap from Paseka. Crucial. Munster goes high again. And Tom Trbojevic with Hughes in his face.
Great take. Great catch. Starting to warm up here at AAMI Park.
Excellent run from Tafua. Now Thompson rides a heavy bump.
Brandon Smith off the field for the Melbourne Storm can barely make it back to the bench under his own steam.
What a contribution he made. Cherry-Evans exploring. Tom Trbojevic, Moses Suli over halfway. He's got work to do to stay in. He does well. Cherry-Evans looking for touch. But Hughes traps it well. Now the high ball for Earl. Shandor up to the 20. So we're in a holding pattern here. This game is waiting for a game breaker or an error as we enter the final 10.
That's good, mate. Square marker now, Jake.
What an absorbing contest this has been.
Carr floating around that middle. He's a speed man.
Jesse Bromwich really does look like a man that's struggling just to the left of the players. Jerome Hughes in the centre of this AAMI Park. Final tackle. Here is Cam Smith floating. Now Stimson with the grubber. Here's Addo-Carr. He can't keep it in.
Got a handover.
And Joe Stimson with a nice first touch.
Well, he's gone on that left side somewhere. Cameron Smith spotted a little bit of time and space on that left side for this. He's Didn't a touch there at O'Carr, but what a set again from the Storm.
Here they come again in defence, Kev.
Yeah, they're just cranking it up, aren't they? Just good line speed, good contact, trying to force an error from the Manly side.
Interesting, the man who possibly could break this open, Ryan Pappenhausen, is on the bench. We'll see if he is brought back in before we get to the 80-minute mark. Asifa Solomona looks like he's ready for a late burst.
Dan, in terms of interchange, Melbourne have only got one remaining in the 80 minutes. Manly have now got 3.
Okay, so it looks like we won't see Pappenhausen unless this game gets to golden point.
Yeah, I think with Welsh going off would have changed their rotations, Melbourne.
Walker, Cherry-Evans, the outside inside. Siren into top, Trbojevic. Last tackle, 35 out. No one has considered field goal yet. They won't do it here either as Sirenin pokes in the grubber. Hughes, pinned, stays in the field of play. I would imagine, gentlemen, we are at that point where if a team gets a chance to pot the one, they'll take that opportunity.
They will, certainly.
Cherry-Evans, he's kicked a mountain of them. 19 for the Seagulls. He's the only Manly player that's kicked a field goal in first grade. The Storm, well, they've got Munster, they've got Croft, they've got Smith. Croft kicked one on Anzac Day this year to break the hearts of the Warriors. So they've got plenty of options if they get close enough.
There's a good set of defence then by Manly.
Tommy now brings it back. This is great field position for Manly. If they can hang on to it to the end, they might just get this first shot away to retake the lead. Oh, Cam Smith flying out of the line to make an important tackle. Manly are bunched. Waddell to halfway.
There's field goal sets on here. I think
there are hands on knees everywhere, but that's a terrific run by Tapau. We know Cherry-Evans has got range, but Fainu down the middle. In the pass to Tom Trbojevic, inside the 10.
Oh, great
Tries
tackle.
to do it on his own. Hughes with the try-saver. Last, Cherry-Evans. Tapau with the grubber, and it's in the in goal. And it'll be 6 more for Manly.
What about the hands from Turbo Tom and then the tackle from Hughes at the back?
and the offload here through the middle of the Storm defence. Look at that ball. Evans on the right, but he was blocked by Jesse Bromwich.
And then Marty Tapau might have come up with the greatest kick of his life to fashion 6 more for the visitors.
Chambers found himself in the middle of the field then.
So here we go. Smith looking for the angle here, but it sits up nicely for Tafua. And already Manly inside the 30.
So setting up for the field goal, Finchy. Surely this set.
I still think he could have a couple of cracks at Melbourne, and then Dustin O'Vale set up for the field goal.
Vanilla Blake running on the edge. Cherry-Evans is on the short side. They go to the open. Here's Jake up to the 10-metre line.
Here we go.
Couple of tackles left.
Evans is set.
He is. He's to the right. Here it comes. He's got time. Smith rushes up. Cherry-Evans to Walker. He thought about it for a moment. Now the flick pass. Turbo Tom. Out it comes to Sully. Sully onto the wing of Garrick. Up to the 10. Now back to Tom. Trbojevic. Trbojevic. Almost.
Wow.
1 metre out. They might be too close. Fainu goes deep. Cherry-Evans. That footer. He pulled it.
Time off for inside 5.
7 tackles set now for the Storm.
Cherry-Evans has 19 field goals in his career. That is not number 20.
Yeah, they done well that play before, didn't they, Kevy? Cameron Smith got out and made Cherry-Evans run the ball.
And the price is an expensive one. 7 tackles, 20-metre tap.
No whistle, no. Go.
And if the Storm summon the energy and do this right, they should get themselves
In position.
in decent range. it's only the first. Finucane is down the middle. Jesse Bromwich. Asava Solomona. Well, Stimson was sweating on an offload.
Numbers on the left.
Bromwich down the middle. Jesse.
Jake, release. Now, Jake.
One play to set it up. Cam Smith, Kafusi, very deliberately keeping it down the middle.
Jesus, got good control, doesn't he, Smith?
Croft in position.
Just outside the 20. Croft. He's done it once this year. He goes for it again, but he pulls it left.
Strong.
Now Melbourne are claiming it's off hands.
I can't tell that from where I am.
Manly are hurried. They're saying get the ball here so we can take the 20-metre tap and get on with this. Hard to see on that angle if it's been touched.
Well, if it's a point-scoring play, why don't they have the video ref?
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
So now it's Manly's turn with 3 minutes to go.
Oh, Big Nelson.
Cherry-Evans. Sirinen, what a night he's had. The chop down in a good tackle from Munster. Not yet up to halfway. Fainu to Tapau, then the offload. Fainu up to halfway. Now they can get close. Vanua Blake, pounding it down the middle. Oh, he wants the quick play the ball. And here's Walker, going down the short side. Here's Corey Hill, and around the corner pass is forward and dropped by Tafua. So they took the risk on the second last play, and they lose a chance to have another shot. Had Tafua taken that, there was still, you can see there, Shandor Rule, there was Jerome Hughes as well, so no guarantees anything was going to come of that. But only 6 tackles here for Melbourne, so it will be that little bit harder to get into field goal range here. We've already had a 10-all between these sides at this ground. It was a Monday night back in 2013. That went 90 minutes and they couldn't be separated. Now, here's Justin Rowland putting the foot down. Just rounded up by Garrick, but what a start to the set. Munster, straight and hard. Stimson, fresh.
They'll get in range here, Dan.
They've got 2 tackles left before they have to take it. Asma Solomona, he's been terrific in his last stint. Smith. He's going to take it himself and keep it in the middle. Oh, but he got a late offload. Finucane. Still not getting too far away from the posts. Hughes is back there. So is Smith. Here he comes. The great winner. Shoots for field goal. And he has missed. He has missed. Crowd went up.
Oh, dear.
You can see why that was
What's your kick?
perilously close. Oh. You can understand why certain sections of this crowd did think that was a field goal. The problem with that man is he's so laconic, you don't know if he's unhappy or just keeping his emotions in check. So Manly, well, there's 15 seconds here. They're going to go for the big play. Walker, Parker.
They'll have a crack at field goal here.
Cherry-Evans has kicked them from a long way out to win the game. No, he didn't get that one flush.
Hang on.
Now let's see what Adokar's got in mind. The siren about to sound. Walker all over him. And 80 minutes is not enough for the Melbourne Storm and the Manly Seagulls. Let's have some more.
Let's have some more, all right.
10 points apiece. Low scoring, but not without drama here at AAMI Park. It was 10-0 at the break to the Seagulls. And the second time this year we have Golden Point at AAMI Park. It was the Roosters back in round 6. They found a way to win.
Well, they've been brave in the second half, this Manly side, haven't they, Kevy?
Oh,
Played the whole game down their end.
They just couldn't come up with a couple of little errors there late. Set themselves up for the field goal and couldn't nail that either.
Let's go to you, Andy Raymond. You're in amongst it.
What a super Saturday this has been, from the Parramatta Eels to the Brisbane Broncos, and here at AAMI with one of the game's great rivalries. Let's check out the Melbourne Storm huddle at the moment. Who do you think's doing all the talking? You don't need two guesses. It's the 402-gamer Cameron Smith. For mine, though, as Melbourne look for 10 in a row, it's been the Melbourne 6-7-9 that probably haven't performed up to their normal levels tonight. We have a look in the Manly camp. Daly Cherry-Evans impatiently waiting with our referee for the coin toss. So inside the huddle at the moment, it's Jake Trbojevic, it's Marty Tapau, Tommy Trbojevic. He's sucking them in. Curtis Sirenen is cramping up. Tell you what, in terms of body language, it actually looks like the Eagles have the advantage. We're going to wander on in to check out the coin toss.
Heads. Okay, so you're kicking the same way.
Okay, the Manly Warringah Seagulls kicking off. The
Manly
Melbourne
kicking,
Storm with the first use of the footy. Wherever you are around Australia, buckle on in. It's golden point time on Super Saturday.
Oh, how good is this? Now, Finchy, do you want to have the ball first in golden point?
Yeah, you do. Usually a set of 6 takes a minute, so it's 5 minutes each half, so it's 3 sets to
3
2.
times,
So,
yeah.
and you need the ball to win, so you want to receive.
I don't want to go into the permutations of for and against, too complicated for now, but I'll just say this, a draw is not awful for Manly. Because their for and against is significantly worse than Canberra and the Roosters, teams they're trying to jump above if they want to finish in the top 4. If they find themselves on the odd number, if they go from 22 to 23 competition points, takes for and against out of it, at least for now, that's not such a bad thing. But we have 10 minutes before we have to worry about odd points and golden point draws.
10 minutes sounds like a long time, but this will go really quickly. So as Andy said,
It feels like it's been golden point for the last 7 or 8 minutes, but now officially we begin. And it's Melbourne with first use. Jesse Bromwich with the ball at the line for Munster. Because Melbourne had used up all their changes before the 80-minute mark, but now they get to make a couple since we've gone past the 80-minute mark. Jesse Bromwich. Kafusi. Conventional opening set. Croft. Confusion between Tafua and Tom Trbojevic. Tom takes it. And well rounded up. And Manly, this is where they've been most of the night, it seems, inside their 20. Garrick brought down on tackle 2. So now Fainu. Manly looks so fatigued. Boy, they've been gutsy. Fanua Blake. They need a big impact from the big men.
They need a big run here.
We're going to get a field goal shot away, it seems, unless they come up with something here. Sully running wide, getting away from Olam. Now the inside pass to Cherry-Evans. His pass went forward and remarkably not called. Last play. Could they pinch it here? Cherry-Evans. They rush up on him. Dylan Walker. Smith in his face. Now Curtis Sirenen pokes in the grubber. Finds the in goal. But it's turned in.
Time off.
That was a great play on tackle 4 from Manly. They shifted the footy, made the break down the right-hand side.
Well, surely the Storm will get a chance here if they hold on to it. Not only was that pass forward, Tom was a metre in front of Daly Cherry-Evans, but in the end, not a punishing miss by the refs. Here's Jerome Hughes. Oh! Bang on. It's a problem. It's a penalty.
Is he going for two, Smithy? Here? I think he does. Yep.
The best tackler in the game, Joe Trebojevic, has misfired and may have cost his team dearly. Jerome Hughes upended. Oh yeah, that's an automatic penalty.
Yeah.
And Cam Smith may have a shot to win the game from 47 metres out.
Yeah.
There can't be arguments about that,
No,
gentlemen.
that's none at all.
It stays here though. Stays on the field.
He stays on the field.
Jake,
No.
it's on report. We've got a penalty for the dangerous tackle.
It's definitely not a sit in.
What do you think? Do you think he'll have a shot here?
Yeah, you got to, Kevy.
We have seen reportable tackles result in players being put in the bin of late.
No,
Really?
That's more about the late tackles rather than the dangerous ones.
Really smart play from the Melbourne Storm because it's been placed on report, a free interchange. Exit Jerome Hughes, enter Ryan Pappenhausen.
They're not going to go for two, it seems.
He finds touch, you take a couple in the post and
Got time, yeah. Well, they would have practiced this time and time again through their
When you're ready there, Cam.
training programs, both clubs in particular. When you get a penalty like this, the setup.
20 metres out.
How many plays, gentlemen, do you wait for the last?
No, I got a couple of them.
No, I'll play through.
They go to the far post.
Oh! Brandon Smith!
Jakey boy!
Folded like an omelette! To the Storm. With Munster for the win! Hit the post! Manly come up with it with Tafua! He gets away! Over the 10! Now they don't argue! Oh, this is remarkable!
I can't believe this!
And now Manly can get themselves close enough.
I can't believe they went on play two, Kevy.
Well, it was the distance at the...
We have seen some of the great match winners fall short. Munster, Cherry-Evans, Smith. And now the Seagulls. They get another look in here. Fainu over halfway. Oh, that's a tremendous run. Tom Trebojevic. Collett on the 30.
He's too far out.
Cherry-Evans. No, it's Walker.
He's done it!
Post! Melbourne come up with it.
What is going on?
You can't write this stuff. And now the Storm have enough time. Munster with a run. Two field goal game winners hit the post. Brandon Smith escapes Jake Trebojevic. What a game this young man has had. Asifa Solomona, not many metres there.
Who's going to take this one? Munster's coming in again.
Tremendous run from Kafusi. Croft is deep. Croft gets it. Croft shoots. He's pulled it and didn't get the distance anyway. Ruben Garrick taken on the 20. And unless Manly get adventurous, we're going to a second half of golden points. Oh, this is like an old-fashioned 15-round heavyweight fight. And it's gone the distance. Fanil Blake, Walker, Waddell, Parker, Cherry-Evans. His pass knocked down. Hello, Brandon Smith. Smith, Pam, Munster. The kick charged down. Cherry-Evans tries to boot it ahead. Munster picks it up. Now the basketball pass. Justin Old. He's away. Get it away. Down the sideline. His kick ricochets. Kicked ahead again. Pappenhausen.
Oh my goodness.
Got there.
It's all in the contest for the bouncing ball.
Hang on.
Thanks for that, say.
No, the refs clear it. The refs clear it. No trouble in that chase.
What is going on?
Peter.
Is there anything that hasn't happened in this game? And we've got 5 more minutes of it.
Oh. Well, he's taken out. Well, Dylan Walker didn't make a play at the ball.
Gone past it now. They can't go back to it.
10 points apiece. What drama here at AAMI Park. Relief for Jake Trbojevic. For a moment, he thought that penalty cost his team the game.
See, Munster kicks from about 27, 28 metres out there, Kevy. I think if they go another play or two, he kicks it from 15.
Yeah, and it's not as far. If there's a bit of curl on the ball, well, it doesn't matter. This one here from Dylan Walker.
That looked good.
Oh, that looked really good off the boot.
And we've also had, Cam Smith, Brodie Croft, Cherry-Evans have all had shots.
We've got 5 to go here. Manly will get first shot at it again.
I don't know whether this is a good advertisement for Golden Point because it's so exciting, but yet if someone comes away with nothing, it would be totally unjust. Now Manly will get it first, so conventionally they should get 3 sets to 2.
With this game, Dan, you wouldn't know what would happen.
We said early, we warned you, we said there is always drama when Manly plays Melbourne. And they do it again just before the finals begin. And you never know, they might do it in September. I think Manly have proven tonight, no matter what happens, that they can go with the gun size.
Yeah, well, they've proven that for most of the year. They haven't had Cherry-Evans or Trbojevic, Tom that is, for big periods this year. When they get all their players back and in line, a very strong side.
So here we go. What have we got in store now? 85 of the most dramatic minutes. And there's still a twist to come. Here's Fanua Blake. Oh, he wanted to offload that too. Moses Sully. He's imposed himself in the second half and the extra time period. Jake Trbojevic, Dylan Walker, Tom. Oh, Will Chambers flying out of the line. And Manly here a long way away from where they need to be. It'll be the conservative kick at the end of this. Cherry-Evans gets a torp downfield. Earl, he doesn't want anything to do with it. Now he reels it in. Not bad field position for the Storm.
Yeah, that's a good finish to their set for Manly as well. They wouldn't have expected it on the kick to get that far down the ground. So let's see what the Storm can come up with here. It's going to try and bash their way through the middle down the ground and set up for a field goal. Or
might only get a couple of shots at it too, so they can't waste their chances. This has been a decent set so far. Croft, Pappenhausen looking for a little opening. Final play again from 45. Croft, he's got that flush, but he's pulled it.
Wow, 7 tackles down for Manly. Wow. You got plenty on that one, Finchy.
He certainly did.
You're the Golden Point specialist.
Field goal, Finch, that's what they needed.
Field goal, Finch, they banged you out of a pub.
Get me out there. But that's the risk and reward with the field goal, isn't it? If you miss, it's a 7 tackle set.
Yeah. Here we go.
We've already had one draw this year. After 90 minutes, it was the Broncos and the Warriors. They don't happen often. To Power with a good run.
Going to shift here again, Manly.
Walker. Pass on the short side. Looks like Waddell. So they're going to be close enough here. Fainu. Boyle. This is the fourth. Here's Trebojevic. All right, they're near the middle. Fainu. It'll be Cherry-Evans. Brandon Smith rushing up on him, and like Origin, Cherry-Evans to the air. And Tafua plucks it out, but he can't hang on to it. Cherry-Evans with a little chip and chase, but it's Melbourne ball via a changeover. Perhaps one chance left each.
Wow. Well, I don't know if that was a knock-on. He threw it backwards, didn't he?
Let him go! Morgan, don't play it on him, Joe!
I think there's plenty for our team in the Clive Churchill studio to dissect once this game is eventually done.
Look out!
Here's the Fox. Forward pass!
Oh.
Forward pass! Manly get a full set inside Melbourne territory. This game, this golden point period, had been crying out for an error. And it's the Storm that crack.
Stop the game clock. Manly is staying in position.
Oh, gee, that's a tough call.
Let's come in,
Tell you what,
guys.
there's been some weird ones over this weekend.
Brandon, 10 metres, come on, mate.
Do you want to see intent to score a try at least early in the set, gentlemen, or is it all about the setup?
Well, you still need to play a bit of footy to create a quick play of the ball, so there's no pressure on the kicker.
Game time on, out.
One set remains. And it's Corey Waddell. Captured on the 20. Also important, they wind the clock down, so if the field goal misses, Melbourne don't get enough time.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Inside the last minute. What a night here in Melbourne. Tom Trebojevic.
Looks like there's Cherry-Evans now.
Cherry-Evans deep. He's 15 metres behind the play. For the win, Cherry-Evans.
He's got it.
He shoots. He got it. He wouldn't be denied. Daly Cherry-Evans has done it again. Manly, a momentous win in Melbourne as the Sea Eagles celebrate. And they've done it with 37 seconds to spare. If there was any doubt, Manly, there's no doubting now, they are for real. What a win this has been. The Storm, just their second defeat here at home, just their third loss all season. And again, it took Golden Point to do it.
Oh, plenty of guts from the Manly side tonight.
Yeah.
They were tremendous.
They threw everything at the Storm in that first 40, didn't they? And we're in front at half-time, but the Storm came flying back, and that's gone straight through the middle from Cherry-Evans. Really cool under pressure. Had a shot already in the first 5 minutes of Golden Point, but that one went straight through off the Nike boots, straight through the middle.
So disappointment for the Storm.